Hey guys, a few thoughts on driving a Porsche 911. This is what they call Model 997, which is model years 2005 to about 2012. So I have to admit that as I was researching these used cars, I fell in love with the idea of one. I saw what other people thought on YouTube about them, but there was kind of a nagging feeling, what if I don't like the way it drives? People talk about it being fun to drive, people take videos of themselves like I have driving it, but you kind of just like, you're looking at an expression in their face and like, oh wait, they actually, they look like they're enjoying it, they're talking about enjoying it, but you don't really know. And it's hard to, I thought about renting one on that Turo app where you can rent a car, but I couldn't really find 996s and 997s on there very easily. So it was a bit of a gamble, and you do a quick test drive, when you're about to buy the car. I just wanted to say that I absolutely love driving this thing, and where it really shines is twisty mountain roads. Remember, a friend of mine had one of these, and he would talk about just going up into the hills by himself and driving, and I thought, well, why would you do that by yourself? It doesn't sound that interesting. Now I get it. I have done this little run in which starts in La Cañada here in Los Angeles, up Angeles Crest Highway to a little restaurant called Newcomb's Ranch. I've done that probably 6 times now in the last 3 weeks that I've owned it. And it's almost like I can't get enough. Because at first you go up and you're a little intimidated. How do I corner? Do I put it in sport mode? It was all a little bit too much. But every time you go up, you just get a little bit more confident. And it is just so fun. I'm sorry, it is a ton of fun. Now getting on the freeway and punching it, or an open street, kind of going fast, that's kind of fun, but honestly, one day, like somebody said in another video, a grandma in a Tesla is gonna blow you off the line, and you'll be like, oh my goodness, disillusioned with this sports car that you bought, because there's so many cars out there that are faster. But this thing it really comes into its own in twisty mountain roads. I don't even think I have the best tires on that. These front tires are Ironman tires. I've never heard of them. Hankook on the back, but Ironman tires. So there's a lot of tread on them, so I'm not going to replace them yet. I think people talk about the Michelin, what are they called, Super Sports or something. People rave about those. They're quiet, they're amazing. So can't wait to get new tires, maybe at another 5,000-10,000 miles. But as is, no aftermarket suspension on this that I know of. Nothing really done to it from a specialty standpoint. It just drives great. It's a total blast to drive. So that's just me. Suspension, it's a little stiff, but you do have that sport mode depending on the model you have, that you can soften the shocks or stiffen them. But when you're going around those twisty roads, like I mentioned in another video, you want the sport mode on for the tighter, what they call PASM, Porsche Active Suspension Management, to tighten up the shocks, and you're going to feel like the car's not getting weird on you around the corners. And I need to go to a driving school. There's one here in Carson. There's a Porsche Experience Center. I think there's 4 or 5 of those in the world, but I want to go there, maybe take some lessons on how to drive this. I hear you're meant to slow down before the corner and then accelerate out of the corner, kind of to figure out the right weight distribution and balance, etc. But just suffice it to say, this is a totally fun car to drive. So if that's kind of a nagging thought of yours as you think about buying one, I don't know. I think you're gonna like it. So that's my 2 cents on the issue. Thanks for listening.